Hey gang, I'm in a shop today. Thought I'd take a break. I'm a little tired. I need to just take a mental, physical break for a few minutes. I thought I'd do a quick vlog. Haven't done one in a couple of weeks. I've been working on so many projects during the shutdown. The shop is about 20 minutes from my house. We're renting this 1,000-foot place, and this is the first time in my career that the shop hasn't been attached to the house so that I could just go down to it and come and go and take breaks. I'm kind of out here and there's like really no place to go, no coffee shop to run to or anything. So I pretty much get here and stay here all day. My wife, she'll drive me out here and drop me off, and then I'll go. I don't know if I'm gonna be long or short today. Depends on how much energy I have. And then when it's time, I call her and say, hey, I'm getting close. And she comes and picks me up. So I'm getting a lot of shop time in, a lot. I've been coming here 7 days a week. I still, I take my time in the morning to work out, and I get my workout in the afternoon. So, that really helps with energy level to keep it up, because the shop can be fatiguing. When my wife picks me up, I am usually exhausted. It's like I feel like taking a nap, but then go get the workout in, and that jazzes me back up. Because I've also been shooting video on all of the projects and then going home and ingesting the video. That alone is a long process I have to wait on. Usually got the two cameras, the up camera and then the main camera. And so shooting the same thing, just from different angles. So I got to ingest those and sync them up and label them. Because I'm working, like when I'm working on a project, a longer project like one I'm doing now, I let that video stack up, and so then when I go back to it, then I've got to know kind of where I'm at so I can synchronize all the videos and get them in order and then start cutting them. You know how it is, I have to take 10 hours of video and somehow make it into 10 minutes of video and still communicate the message. So I've been doing that and been going till like midnight and then back up at 6. And it's just been a lot of fun. I've felt real creative. The smart router table came out of this completely by accident. I was working on what was going to be, this is the Paulk smart bench, and which I just released. So there's plans up for that, but that wasn't intended. I was working on the smart compact bench. That one right there, that, as you know, is never going to be, but that's because what I learned from that and the hours and hours of developing and building that and recording the video on it, and I shared some short excerpts here and there, but the build video, obviously, I have deleted that video because I'm not going to show you how to build a bench that there's only one of, and you're never going to see me use it. And that's because a much better bench came out of it. And so because of that, I'm really working hard on seeing if there's anything there for the total station. That's a fantastic bench, and I wasn't really planning on updating it. The smart compact bench was about making it like the smart total station, but I learned so much, and so many things happened, and the lights bulbs were coming on, that this is the coolest bench, the best bench I've ever designed myself, and also that I've ever owned or ever seen. And there's a lot of subtlety to it, and a lot of videos up you see me working on it. I'm using it right now to work on what could possibly be an update to the total station. May or may not. I'm going to have to I'll have hundreds and hundreds of hours into doing some prototyping and trying some things out. I've already changed direction 4 or 5 times. Like this spreader here, this kind of interesting thing. This is just totally prototyping. I had made a mistake on the long side, where on the total station is a miter stand, and so one side, even though the sides are identical, mostly the middle section is not cut out. So I use the same template. I cut the one side all the way through, and then on the miter side, I cut out the two ends, and I leave the middle, and then I cut that out differently for the miter. So, well, it was a long day, and it was the last thing I was doing. So when I made the side for the miter stand side, I accidentally cut out the middle, and I didn't notice. And then I was kind of cleaning up for the day and stacking everything, and just sort of taking a mental inventory. I do that at the end of every day. I clean up, put away all the small tools, vacuum, just get it really clean and get everything stacked and organized so that I'm ready to go for the next day. And I also can sort of process what I need to work on. And a lot of times I need to go back to SketchUp to do a little bit, to test some things out, because I find that I can do a lot of heavy prototyping digitally, then come back. But then in the real world, I do a little bit and make some changes. So that mistake happened. And I was thinking about, okay, well, I'll just make that one keep going. Well, I got home and I got to thinking about, if I could leave that cut out, that's going to take away a little bit more. I'm going to be giving up one aspect. I sort of have this box storage, which I've liked, but it is a little clunky, and I liked the look, the open look, and I thought, I don't, that box holds up the miter saw. How could I hold up the miter saw by, without that box and, without those rails and things? In other words, take away more, my driving forces. What can I take away? What can I take away? What can I take away? So I sort of added in this section. So I'd already had all my spreaders cut, which looked like this, and I had all 4 of those cut. Well, I went back and played around with this in SketchUp, and so I made a new spreader, and I actually left in a little section. I used the same template, and I just cut out a little piece to block out this section, and I cut this dado, and this notch up here has a reason too that I'm kind of testing out. May or may not, none of this may ever make the final cut, if at all, because if I don't come up with something better, then I'm just going to stick with the total station. But anyway, so I working on that, and so now I'm sort of fooling with that. Well, I'm at the point now where I'm going to start assembly. So I'm going to actually assemble a bench, and I've already cut all the pieces and taken the about 2 hours it takes to make up the top. I haven't cut out the miter stand section yet. I'm going to leave that till after I'm done with assembly. I'll use a template, cut it away then. But I'm going to glue this up and screw it together, and so I'm sort of committing to this. And if I don't go this direction, then I'll, it'll probably be a functional bench that maybe I put on Craigslist or something. I've done that with lots of my prototypes where they're fine, but they're not quite what I wanted. And so recoup the material cost. So this is the miter side spreader with some interesting adjustments to it. And again, this is all very early prototyping stuff. So anyway, a lot of exciting stuff going on. I've got some other projects, some just like the router table and the bench extenders. I have to, the bench extenders I have on here, you can see that I'm using them, but they're not quite what I want. And I've digitally prototyped something else, and so I need to cut some new ones, cut out the holes, and test those out. Also, if any of you are in my general vicinity up in the kind of northwest Washington, I'm going to put the Smart Compact Bench, the one that never existed, the only one, designed and built by me. I'm going to put that up on Craigslist and sell it for $350, recoup the materials and a little bit of time. So if any of you are interested in that, let me know. I'm going to, in fact, I've already put it up on Craigslist. They usually sell pretty quick. But anyway, if you're interested, contact me and let me know. But again, there's no shipping, no packing. It's got to be picked up. They're just too expensive. They cost more to ship than they do to build. All right, well, that's it. Thanks for dropping into the Smart Woodshop. You stay safe. and have a great day.